They say surround yourself with those who you like to become. I'm currently working on growing my confidence throughout my life journey. I have seen Zoupa at a young age in her teens grow up to become the woman she is today, a strong, admirable, independent woman. Zoupa finished college before getting married, lived out her life at her own pace. She did not allow anyone to pressure her into things she did not want to do. In my personal opinion, she has strong boundaries drawn, and I respect her for that too. I was in search of finding a young woman who is independent and had set great examples for our young generations and myself to follow and learn from. Zoupa had started her YouTube channel probably 1 to 2, 3 years ago, but if you haven't already, please like and subscribe her channel. I'll list that information down below in the description box. We'll be interviewing her and just asking her a few questions about her experience, her journey, and connect with her. Alright, please stay tuned for the interview. Welcome to my channel. This is Dara, Broken to Be You channel. Thank you for stopping by my Broken Beauties. I have a special guest that I'll be interviewing today about confidence, and her name is Zoupa. So yeah, we'll be going with questions.
Hello everybody. Again, my name is Zoupa. The community here in Minnesota knows me as Zoua or Zoupa. You can follow me on my social media. I'm mainly on Instagram, and I just recently started a Facebook page to kind of be a page for my creativity to flow. So anything to do with modeling, cooking, anything that I feel that I want to put up, I will put up.
So we'll get started with the questions. I have question number 1. What kind of things do you do to boost your confidence?
Anything that makes me feel good. So putting on makeup. I know a lot of people are like, oh, she only hides behind her makeup, which is true. I do hide behind my makeup when I do put makeup on, but honestly, that's more like, to me, it's my war paint. When I'm going to war, when I'm going to present myself, I like to look good. I like to look good and feel good on the inside. So I put makeup on and then, stand in front of the mirror and be like, I just talk to myself positively, like, you're the best, you're the woman. It doesn't matter what anybody say. You feel good, you know who you are, and, just talk positively to yourself. Whether I have makeup on or not, I still like to sometimes stand in front of the mirror and look at myself. And if I don't say it out loud, I like to think it in my head, saying, you did good today. You presented yourself well. You went to work. You did the things that you needed to do. You did the best that you needed to do. And then that's how I kind of like gauge my confidence level, just boosting myself up positively and really tell myself the things that I may want to hear, especially when I feel negative. So that's usually what I do.
So you guys take notes. That is a great example. Just for your best, for success.
Yes.
And look good and feel good.
Yeah.
Second question is, what are some things you say to yourself to affirm yourself?
Just like referring to my last question, really just talk positively to yourself, whether you're saying it out loud.
Do you do it in the morning or in the, late night?
I honestly do it throughout the day.
Okay.
So if I'm just home, first thing I wake up in the morning while brushing my teeth, I'm like, okay, so today, this is the plan for today. This is how, you're going to be feeling today. This is what's going to happen. And then, talk to myself while I'm brushing my teeth inside my head. I know it's weird. I know most people probably think, oh, she's so weird for doing that. But honestly, it does so much while I'm brushing my teeth. I actually
do that too, so don't feel
Yeah, okay.
I dance and sing, and I'm like, yeah, girl, you look good.
Yeah, yeah. So I tell myself positive things throughout the day. So sometimes I'm at work and I do something stupid, and I'm like, oh, why did you do that?
Don't do that.
Yeah, right? I'm like, why did you do that? So I'll go to the bathroom, and then, I'll just, reconfirm with myself, like, affirm myself. It's okay. You're human. You did that, but that's fine. Now let's move on. And so I
feel like it makes things smoother.
Yeah.
Instead of rough and bumpy.
Yep. It definitely makes me think, okay, it happened already. nothing you can do about it. Let's move on. What are you going to do about it? And then I'm like, okay, you got this. And then I move on from it. I move past it.
So you're very forgiving to yourself when you make mistakes.
Yes, I am.
Do you like ever get so hard that you get mad at yourself, or you correct that readily?
I do. Not gonna lie. When I was a lot younger, I used to do that. I was very harsh with myself. When I would like make a mistake, I'd be like, "Why are you so stupid? Oh my gosh, I hate myself for doing that." But then I think now that I'm a lot older, it's more like, okay, well, I did that. I should have never done that. Lesson learned. It's already done. Can't go to the past to make changes to it. So the only thing I can do at that point is learn to forgive myself and learn from that mistake and apply it to the next step. So
that's smart. I take that note
yes.
too. The third question is, how do you face your fear?
How I face my fear, I just do it. So for an example, I just recently started baking.
It tastes so good. I had your cake. It was so good.
So I've never really put myself out there as a baker. I love baking, but I used to just bake at home and eat it myself because I was always like, oh, no one's gonna like my cake. It sucks. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. But then recently, I'm like, you know what? If someone like that's an amateur at baking can make and sell cakes, I can learn to better my recipe, make my recipes, and sell them. So I think when talking about fears or facing my fears, I just do it.
Okay.
I just throw myself into dark water and be like, you're gonna learn either way.
Because you're never gonna be ready.
Yes.
So just do it.
Yep.
Awesome. I like that. Question number 4 is, what is your recipe of confidence? So like if you can list your ingredients.
Yeah, so definitely health. Always focus on your health. As long as you feel good on the inside, it's going to show on the outside. So that's number 1. Number 2 is, finding who you are as a person. I think that, once you find out who you are as a person, where you stand, your morals and your values, that really is going to also help boost your confidence level, just because you finally figure out, this is who I am. I don't care if no one likes me. I don't care if, no one agrees with me. I'm going to do the things I want to do for myself to make myself happy. So that's number 2. And then number 3, like we said earlier, dress for success. Your parents, portray yourself as, who you want people to see you as. So,
I like that.
Yeah, those are my 3 main, I guess, recipe to building your confidence. I feel that, although those are not all the
those are the 3 main ingredients.
Yeah, those are the 3, and I feel that those who are watching this, and to you too, Dara, to anybody, honestly, I'd say focus on those 3, because as long as you figure out those 3, everything else should flow.
I like that answer. I'm going to learn. And then question number 5, how do you deal with rejection?
Oh, I think even now it's still hard to get rejected to hear the answer no, because all of us, we want to hear the answer yes all the time. Like even now,
I could be so perfect, right?
Right? When I talk to my husband, I'm always wanting him to say yes. So I'll be like, hey, babe, can I do this? Usually he's like, why? Or like he'll ask me a question like, why do you want to do that? But normally it's always a yes. So I think that doesn't help too. So now like even when I get a no, it's still kind of hard for me to take. But then I think of when I get a no answer, I think, you know what? That's okay. Because I'm going to show them, I'm going to show whoever rejected me or who said no, that I'm more than what they think I am. And that one day they're going to look at this and they're going to regret everything that they say. So
prove that person wrong.
Yep.
I like that.
So always know your self-worth. That you're worth more than what they think you are or they make you to be. You're worth more than a pot of gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I shows through her pictures too whenever I look at her picture. Question number 6 is, what's your self-care to help nurture your confidence?
For sure, self-care, so exercise, like what you said earlier. And then I think also surrounding yourself with the people that you feel understands you and are going to help boost you. Because, like the old saying, you are who you hang out with. You do not want to hang out with people that doesn't, like, vibe with you or doesn't, resonate energy.
Yeah. So like, who's your like support group? Like the people that you're comfortable with listening?
Yeah. So my family, of course. So even you too. My family, they're like my number one supporters. Even though sometimes they don't agree with some of the things I do, they still support me regardless, just because they know what type of person I am. If I put my head into something, I will get it done. And then I think my husband too, who stands behind me on everything that I do.
Is so cute. Like, I love how you guys look and how you guys support each other, and how he glaze at you and look at you. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Yes, he's a sweetie. So he stands behind everything I do. He likes to make sure that I'm okay. If I feel uncomfortable with anything, he always makes sure that he always asks me, are you comfortable right now? And then usually that helps me like, oh, step back and look at myself. Am I comfortable? Oh yeah, I'm okay, And then, I guess surrounding yourself and then having a few friends that, really support you and like really, I guess your good friends, best friends. So I have a couple friends that I do feel that really, really help boost me. Although we don't hang out, and you know who you are. I'm not gonna list your name out, but even though we don't hang out, we don't talk. At the end of the day, we both we know where we stand with each other in our friendship, and I know for a fact that they're always gonna support me no matter what I do, no matter what route I take, or what journey I'm going through. They're always gonna support me. So I guess.
So you guys like talk from time to time and help encourage one another.
So surrounding yourself with people that are gonna not only bring positivity to your life and you as a person, but also those who are gonna build your confidence too. Because of course, people you hang out with really does affect you as a person.
I agree with that. So stay away from negativity, okay?
Yes.
Question number 7 is, how do you create boundaries? And when someone tries to cross your boundaries, how do you approach that situation?
I feel that for me personally, I have a lot of, I wouldn't say I have a lot of boundaries, but I do know where I stand. So for example, if I was put in a situation where I wasn't comfortable in, I will speak out. I will be like, I'm not comfortable with that. Like, I don't like what you're doing right now. Like, I'm never afraid to voice my opinion. I'm never really afraid to make anybody mad. Like, if you're gonna be mad at me because I don't feel comfortable or I don't want to do something, then that's your own fault. Because
to be verbal about it.
I'm a very verbal person. If I don't like something, I will speak up. If I know you're doing something wrong, I will tell you, I don't feel that you're doing that right though. Like, in my opinion, you can take it or leave it, but I feel that you're not doing it right. Like, even my siblings, I do that to them a lot, where I'm like,
do you give in though sometimes?
Sometimes I do, depending on the situation. So I am really forgiving at that point where it's like, okay, well, I don't like that you're doing that, but why are you doing that?
And that's level 1 situation.
Yeah.
Level 2 and 3, would you let them? Are you more forgiving?
Depending on the situation.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends because all situations are different.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I like to listen to both sides of the story, or I like to listen to as to why this person wants me to do this, or why this had happened. Like, I guess in a way, I know myself. I know my boundaries. If I don't like something you're doing, or if you're crossing my boundaries, I will tell you, hey, you need to step back.
It's been proven, and I like that. I want to learn from her. All right, and then question number 8. How do you deal with your insecurity? I like this question a lot.
Yeah, so I know you probably don't think this. You think
you don't have any insecurity. Yeah. That's the truth. That's like.
I do. So I'm human. I have insecurities. There are still certain things that I beat myself up for, but again, I'm more forgiving now. Now that I'm a lot older, how do I, work on them? I basically, even though I'm insecure at something, I again just throw myself at it. I just
she doesn't even like tell people. Like, I don't even know you have insecurity. I honestly,
do.
And you shouldn't like broadcast it. Like, for me, I'm very I'm an open book, so I'll tell people.
Yeah, and that's okay though. That's okay. Like, most people everybody's different. Everybody deals with insecurities in their own different ways. For me, I just don't. I'm just like, I internalize it. So it's like an internal fight within myself. I feel like that's what insecurities are. They're just internal fights within yourself, and you just go at war within your own mind. that. Oh,
and then she throws herself at it.
Yep, I'm like one time I was like, oh man, my outfit looks so weird. Oh, I feel so weird. And then I'm like, at the other side of my head, I'm like, you know what? You already put the outfit together.
Just
you're,
rock it.
Yep, you're gonna wear it. You're gonna rock it, and fuck whoever thinks it looks weird, because you know what? This is you. This is your fashion. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? Fine, I look weird. That's okay. Here we go. So really, I like to push my confidence out of the way with more of my positive side, and just my, I guess, that energy of, you know what, you already have it on, or this is you as a person. It doesn't matter if you're insecure, because if you show insecurities, that's when it's more noticeable.
Yeah, it is noticeable.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I would say with that, even if I'm insecure at something, I fake it till I make it.
So we gotta learn how to fake it, okay? Thank you.
Yes.
So now this is about, we're gonna ask some questions to Zoupa about her modeling. She does modeling work and projects, and I really love her model pictures. Like one day, after my weight loss journey of losing extra 10 to 15 more pounds, hopefully I can pose and be confident in a photo like her. So I gotta learn from her. But anyways, Zoupa has done modeling work, and I am inspired by her confidence and boldness in her modeling pictures. I would like to ask her a few questions, so here we go. So question number 1 is, when did you know you were interested in modeling?
I feel that was something I've always been interested in. Growing up, my sisters and I, we would get, dressed up.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, we would get dressed up and we would take photos outside. We would take photos inside, and then we would print them off to keep in an album.
Do you still have it?
I do. I have some. I think most of my other sisters have more, but I do still have like photos of us taken of each other when we were a lot younger. So I would say at the age of probably just 10, I've been doing this.
Wow.
And then starting in 2000, I think 12 to 13, that's when I was like, you know what? I really want to model. I really want to be in front of the camera. I like my photos being taken. I've always it became like a creative outlet for me to stand in front of a camera and be someone who I'm not. I feel that was like something.
Did you feel like that was a way of expressing yourself?
Yeah, it was like an alter ego that I could project onto the camera, and then when I look at it, I see myself. I'm like, oh hey, I did not know I looked like that, or I did not know there was something I could do. So I guess I've always been interested in modeling since I was a child, and even now, now that I'm a lot older, I don't do it as often anymore, just because my priorities have changed.
Yeah.
But it's still like something that I do find joy in.
So it'd be like a side hobby.
Yeah.
Nice. I like your answer. And who's your inspiration?
Oh, I guess myself.
Oh, I like that.
I know, it sounds conceited.
No, it's not. It's not. It means like you want to be the best version of you. You only want to, you're not comparing yourself with others. You're just trying to become the best of you.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah. I feel like I find myself as an inspiration, because every time I get in front of a camera, every time I do a photo shoot, it's always different. I always feel different after every shoot, and sometimes I feel that I could do better at certain things during the photo shoot, but then again, it already happened. So the only thing I can do is just take that and be inspired to be better in the next photo shoot.
Just an idea. I mean, you don't have to do this,
but
I would love to see on your YouTube channel page of you just doing a video of when you're little modeling pictures all the way throughout your work of the current. I would be so amazed of to just see that transition and transformation. That's beautiful.
I have thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, but I've always.
That's an idea.
I feel that I thought about it, but I've never done it just because I'm kind of shy to show my baby pictures.
Well, you don't have to. The ones you feel comfortable with, you can pick and choose. Well, that's just an idea. So question number 3, what's the hardest part about modeling?
I think living up to the standard and the stigma.
Do you feel what do you mean? Like with other girls within your team?
I think just within the industry, because although I don't do it professionally, it's more of a freelance thing, and I am signed into an agency right now. However, I'm not really taking jobs per se, or I'm not taking any
assignment?
Yeah, not taking any, just because again my priorities have changed a little bit. But I guess the hardest part is living up to the stigma of, hey, you have to be this skinny, you have to be this tall, you have to be able to fit in like this type of dress, you have to do this. I think living up to that was the hardest part. When I first started, I guess I suffered at one point of my journey. I did suffer from body dysmorphia. This was something that I don't talk about, and not a lot of people know that.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, not a lot of people know that. I think the only people who really knew was just some of my older sisters, and then also my husband, who's my husband now, my boyfriend at the time. So I think only that they knew about it, because I started beating myself up. Like, I started looking in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, I'm too fat. My hips are not wide enough. Oh my gosh, my waist is not thin enough. Oh, I can't fit into a size 0 dress anymore. Like, my body was growing, it was changing. I was growing from like a teenager into adulthood, and I'm a late bloomer. So my body did not bloom into adulthood till I was already like in the mid of college. So when that happened, I was really harsh on myself. And I'm short too, so I think that did not help, because when I would go to castings or I would reach out to photographers, they would always be like, can you fit in this dress? Are you tall? Are you this tall? These are our limitations. If you don't fit any of these, we don't want you. So I think that really hit me hard when I was a lot younger. But then now that I'm a lot older, it's kind of like, okay, well, you don't want me? Fine, whatever. So I think that's hard. And even just advice to those who are younger who are starting this, people are more open now versus when I started back then. People are more open to plus size models. People are more open to LGBT models. And I advise to, as if I can do it, you can too. Even Dara, to you. If I can do it, you can too.
Thank
you. Just have to throw yourself out there and start taking photos.
You know, when you were telling me about your story about how sometimes you feel bad that you don't meet to the standard of what they want, and I feel like it's because they have certain dresses and size and vision of what they want to create in that photo, which sometimes I feel like we take it personally, but really it's not us.
Yeah.
We're not the problem. It's just the photographer's expectation vision.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, she thought about that about herself. Like for me, I was like, shit, I was looking at her photo the other day. I think you were doing like a opening or a modeling shoot of promoting for it's a boutique. What is it?
Oh, Miss Muse.
Yes. And I saw like the black see-through dress, like this one, you know.
You look wonderful.
My god. I was like, that is my body goals. Like seriously, I'm not lying. And I was like, I gotta like get up with my journey because I want to wear that dress and look like that. Because I don't know if I can. I don't know. Maybe if you're kind enough to send me a photo link, I can insert it in here. I could see the beautiful pose and dress. Like that was the body goal. So I'm just saying, even though you feel like you're not to a part of what you want, like for me, like I'm viewing you like, that body, you know. Not saying that I'm gonna ever achieve that. I'm just saying is I admire it and I love it. So
thank you, Dara.
You're welcome. Next question is let's see here. So how long have you been modeling for?
On and off. I'd say I wouldn't say so I can't say professionally I model, but freelancing or doing it as a hobby, I would say at least 6-7 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, but again, I don't do it like continuously.
No, it's okay. Yeah. Like there's breaks in between.
Yeah,
but and then your journey of it was total is like
about 6-7 years. Okay. And even now, I feel like there's still things I can improve on, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm human.
We learn as we go. So the next question is, have you ever tripped during a runway modeling fashion event, and then how did you overcome it and how did you push through?
Honestly, I do it all the time. I mean, I don't. If you guys do look at my social media or other social medias that you guys can find me doing like a runway show, I always trip. I always fall. I don't fall, but I do trip on myself. But usually I just do the whole, okay, let's keep going. Like I gotta finish the show. I can't just let this bring me down. Like recently I was at a, I think, open mic show that one of my friends was hosting. Oh. And I was modeling for a New and Lee collection or New and Lee's page. They are pretty much a company that is a distributor for Hmong Sisters clothing.
Oh, wow.
So yep, I was modeling for them, and at one point my ankle kind of did one of those like, oh, I'm gonna give out on you right now. So my foot like kind of
did this.
Yeah, kind of did that. But then you know what? I just kind of stood like that. I'm like, oops, and then I smile about it, I laugh at myself, and then I just keep going till I finish the show.
Great job.
Yes, because you don't beat yourself up because just because you trip on one, like a little bit of the segment, you still got a show to finish.
And like, there's a lot of models who are just professionally modeling too, and they do that a lot.
Yeah, like
on the runway.
Yeah, like Candace Swempel, I do look up to her. I love how she walks, and even she trips. So it's okay. It's not the end of the world if you like fumble a little bit. It's not the end of the world.
So listen, you guys, don't feel bad if you guys trip. All right, and the next question is, what are the parts you like about modeling, and what's the part you don't like about modeling?
One thing I like about it is definitely I think it helps boost your confidence. Just because when you're in front of the camera, everything shows. Your pores, your pimples, the rolls, the lumps, everything shows. You can't hide anything when you're in front of a camera. But that's the thing, that it shows, and you realize that, and you learn to accept that that's who you are. So I think that's the...
So having acceptance of seeing the results of the photo?
Yeah. So
wow.
Knowing, like, seeing your true self. And then something I do hate about it is also that. Because you see the things that you're already insecure about. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, dang, if only this could change, if only this could be better, if I could have done this, if I could have sucked in a little bit. But I guess it has its pros and cons. But overall, I would recommend to anybody, like even to you, I would recommend to anybody to give it a shot. You never know, you might just fall in love with it.
Nice. Yes, I like that we talked about that. Okay, so we have 3 last questions before we close the video. I wanted to ask you, Zoupa, what's your channel about?
Oh yes, so I forgot to mention in the beginning, I do have an Instagram, Facebook page, and I do have a YouTube. Mainly my YouTube is just focused on, I guess, things I want to do. It's not like a direct channel that's only mainly focused on beauty or makeup or lifestyle. It's basically anything I want to put out. My Instagram, anything I want to put out, my life, my family.
Before we close this video, I had 3 more questions to ask Zoupa, and I wanted to ask her what your channel is going to be about.
Yes, so again, I mentioned this earlier. I forgot to mention, I guess my username. It's just the life of ZPA, and what my channel or my YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook page is about is pretty much anything that I want to put out. It's a creative outlet for me. I do a lot of, I guess, anything I can think of when it comes to recently I just made a dream board or a vision board that hopefully...
I watched it. It was nice. I was like, I need to get on my vision board too.
You should do one. It's so inspiring. So anything I feel inspired to do or I want to do for myself and also for my viewers, I will do it. And also my Facebook page, again, anything but mainly posting more photos, and it's kind of like just a page for me to spam. Post photos that I don't want my parents to see.
Are you friends with your mom and dad?
I am. But posting up photos that I don't want my parents to see. And then my Instagram is just my own personal page to post anything that I want.
Alright, so you guys friend request her.
Yes, the life of ZPA.
And I was going to ask you question number 2 is, what piece of advice would you give out to our young girls out there?
I would say be forgiving to yourself. You're still growing. Your body's going through a lot of changes. And you're not going to look the way you look right now. Just so you know, you will change. Your features on your face will change. So it's okay to be a kid, or it's okay to be who you are at the moment, because you will be going through different changes in your life, depending on events, lifestyle, hobbies.
Okay. So it's kind of like when your body's starting to mature, and it's not like some people are having more like, curves than other, a little bit bigger on the top or bottom. You're saying that just to embrace it
Yep.
and enjoy, because your body's gonna change at its own time.
Yeah. And I do feel that with that too, just love yourself who you are right now. Your body goes through so much changes. Us as women, we have kids, we give birth. Some of us, we're battling like, cancer or things like that. So there's just so many things that's going on that's wrong with the world, honestly. But just know that, as long as you love yourself, accept yourself for who you are, that's all that really matters at the end of the day.
Oh, and I also wanted to just have Zoupa, because we were talking earlier before we film about like how she was saying that social media.
Yeah. So I think that comes to show, don't compare yourself to what social media wants you to look like, or how they portray women. All of us are not 5 foot, 6 foot, or anything like that. We're not that tall. Okay, the majority of us are about 5 foot under, or 5 foot into like 5'6" or something. The majority. You don't need to look like a supermodel.
Don't be like, you can't expect yourself to be super skinny if your genetics is curvy or something like that.
Yeah. So don't compare yourself to how social media portrays women to be. As long as you know you're healthy, as long as you know you're doing the best you can for your own body, you're not harming yourself, you're not harming others,
and you're happy.
Yep. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Thank you. And the last question is, what would you do differently about your journey if you can redo or go back in time?
I think I wouldn't change anything. Just because I feel that the things I've gone through, or the journey that has brought me here, was something that I needed to go through.
It grew you to become who you needed to be today.
I needed to go through that journey. I needed to go through a little bump at one point in my life to really define who I am today. And then I feel that even now going forward, I'm still going to be going through different events, different crisis, but that's only to better myself as long as I can overcome it.
You guys, this is Zoupa. I will be listing her page, her information down in the description below. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to her channel. And if you haven't already, please like Broken to Be You and subscribe to my channel as well. There'll be more to come. Hopefully this is not going to be the end. We're going to have maybe more videos together. So
definitely.
I'm excited. Today is January 11th, and I thought it would be a great idea to pour our empty glass of, cup with clear water, so that we can drink that water to cleanse us and to release all that toxic, and just to start the new year with fresh and good positive vibe. And this clear, pure water will just really give that refresh and new start for our year.
Yes.
So I'm gonna grab that real quick. So we're gonna summon some good words into this teacup of pure water, and we're gonna drink it down, and it's gonna cleanse out of our body so we can have that good new vibe in us. So just a little bit is, it's a new year and a new you. Anything that you set for yourself, I hope that you will receive and get, and that this water is gonna really help lead you to all the answers to your questions and build a better you and healthier you. And what would you like to summon in here?
I guess
touch the the teapot.
I guess just don't doubt yourself so much. Be confident. Know that if they can do it, you can too.
So let's drink this water together. All right. So I'm just gonna pour it for Zoupa because she's holding that. All right. And then we're gonna drink it together in a bit. So hopefully you guys can pour yourself a cup of water, and we could drink this together. Okay, that's pretty good. And then
I'll pour yours.
Okay. So we're gonna switch off.
Yes.
So please feel free to drink with us, my broken beauties, and we're gonna drink and enjoy this and just let this cleanse our body. All right. So cheers to a new year, and thank you for being a part of my YouTube channel.
No problem.
More to come. Ooh.
I was like, I don't think I can chug this water.
You don't have to. I'm just thirsty.
You're funny.
Voila! You did great today, girl.
I'm trying.
Don't zoom in on my mouth. It's all watery. You know, some people, they do that.
Really?
They do. They zoom in on people's
Oh my
face.
god. All done.
In our journey, we are always going through different parts and phases of life. Working on you is essential, and if we stop working on what matters most, we really are going to stop blooming. So you don't want to stop blooming. Life is really learning life lessons, and we are all put on earth here with a life purpose and a life lesson to learn from, and we can really do a lot of goods in this world. We just really have to work on ourselves first. So working on ourselves will attract what we were meant to do on earth. And I feel like when we're in alignment to what brings us happiness and to help others, it's gonna bring you abundance of many good things. So keep on working on yourself and don't give up, even though it's hard and you may be around a lot of toxic or negativity, and you're not alone. Just know that there's always help that you can reach out for, and I'll make more videos about that as well. We are all students of life, and meaning life will throw a situation at us to teach us a different lesson and how to become a better person. It's really up to you on how to approach the situation and learn from the experiences. Before I close this video, I would just like to say thank you so much for your patience. I know this is a very long video about confidence because we added a few things here and there, and I just appreciate that you guys are so patient with me and forgiving, and thank you for all your support. So if you know anybody who can benefit from this video, please share it to them. And I hope that this video can come across and be helpful in any way to you guys, or maybe just connecting with you guys. I am a friend here to just connect and share with you guys my experiences and just to be me. And it feels good when you're yourself and you're able to express yourself and to connect with one another. That feeling is abundance of happiness. Like, that's why I'm here. So yes, we are going to get through together, no matter how difficult the situation may be for you that you're currently in. I have been through a difficult situation, and that'll be another video for a story time. And you know, if you guys are going through something and you guys want me to talk about it and we can just really share our experience and connect with one another, please list that down below too, so I can put out more videos related to what you would like to see me talk about. I'm doing my best, and of course I'm not going to be perfect or 100%. I'm new, you know, and still trying to figure out everything of what I like to do and to be myself and to express myself. So definitely we can all work on that. And just my message to anybody who feels alone, who feels scared, who feels like they're going through a lot and it's just been a tough time for you. I just want to let you know that I pray for you, that you'll find that inner peace and that love, and know that you're not alone. There's many more broken beauty. You are not alone, because if you don't connect with others and you don't reach out, you'll never know. You'll be amazed at who went through almost the same or somewhat difficult situation like yourself. So I'm really glad I was able to connect with Zoupa. I learned more things about her, and I mean, it takes time to really get to know each other and to really open up and trust one another. But I hope that you can trust me to also be a friend of yours. Even though we're just on camera or on YouTube, we can still connect with each other, and I will look at your comments, and hopefully it's not rude or negative, because if it is, then we're gonna scratch that. No more negativity on my channel. No more negativity in our life. We are here to grow positive seeds and vibe. We have enough negativity in this world. Sorry, negativity in this world. Oh well, screw that. We have enough negativity in this world that we don't need to grow. We don't need that cycle to repeat and to affect another person and another person down generations to generations. So we're going to break that cycle. And how are we going to break it? We're going to put out positive, helpful things for others to benefit from, and just to support one another and help encourage one another, because that is free. Kindness is free. And when you're doing positive and good things out there for the community, it's going to grow. It's going to really flourish compared to a negative, stinky, disgusting, ugly situation there. So you get what I'm saying. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a blessed day and a great day. Bye.